You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene. We are also part of Empire Media at empiremedia.com. I'm Wole and I'm joined by my co-host Ray Jeezy. Folks, this is a special. We got a Commanders NFL Combine special. We're not alone. We also have live from Indianapolis. We got founder of Steve Wall Sports and Entertainment and Bowie TV president and also Commanders reporter Candi Waller on our Commanders NFL Combine special. What's going on, Candy?
Hey, you guys.
How
Make
you
sure you
doing,
guys keep
man?
me. Hey, listen, yesterday I was down bad. I was down bad out here.
Why so bad?
It's a lot. I was
It's a lot
down
going
bad.
on.
I kept having outbursts. Like, I'm out
Uh,
here down bad. Don't nobody
Boy,
see I'm down bad. But I'm good today. I went to
Candy,
bed last night. I'm really
how
good
is
today.
Indy, man? My man Glenn Thomas is hyping Indy as this beautiful place, like the mecca of the NFL. How is it?
I mean,
he did
it's
hype it though. He did
it's
hype it.
it's great for conventions and events like this,
Okay.
right? But I mean, I wouldn't be like vacationing here.
Exactly.
It's
Hey,
that it's the event, not the place.
I feel you. Hey Ray, we don't have her for so long. So Ray, you want to start her off?
Oh,
We gonna
absolutely.
skip. We gonna skip the particulars, bro. We gonna skip right
All
past the
right. That's
particulars.
what I was waiting for. All
Yeah.
right. Well, he set the stage for us. Live from Indianapolis, we have founder of Seawall Sports and Entertainment and Bowie TV president, Commanders reporter, Candi Waller. You know, you a regular on our show, man. So this
Facts.
is like normal. But
Yeah.
let's get to the biggest topic first, Candy. Josh Harris. He's there. He's been rumored to be sitting on interviews. People having what we call Snyder PTSD. You've seen it all on X.
I
What's your
do.
take on
I
that?
do
Is he
too.
is he meddling or is he just doing what he's supposed to be doing?
Okay, as always, I'm going to bring you guys my insight and just my thoughts. Right, I got
Mm-hmm.
to take this back to the decision on coaching,
Mm-hmm.
where even I got concerned, like why there's so many hands in the pot. Why is there so many
Mm-hmm.
decision makers on this? It's a lot of people involved. And I shared with some of our colleagues, I was like, this is feeling a little Dan Snyder 2.0 ish.
Mm.
And that was then. So this week I saw them after they came out of the interviews. I saw Josh Harris, Adam Peters, and Dan Quinn. I just saw those three. I know there's a couple other people there, but I didn't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's there, but he's not saying anything.
Okay.
He's not asking questions.
Okay.
Um, but it does seem like a lot. So I wanted to bring up both of those things to just observing, watching, taking note. It is something that I would be paying attention to, and I think others should as well.
So you got that vibe
Go,
too, then.
go
You
ahead.
you,
Go
you got
ahead.
that
Go
vibe too,
Yeah,
then.
ahead.
previously, and then this
Mm-hmm.
week I was kind of like, okay,
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, why this is important? We've been talking about Adam Peters and this franchise turning over a new leaf. If we trust Adam Peters that much, does this seem micromanaging a bit? If especially you're just not saying anything, you're just sitting there. That is weird to me.
I mean, there's certainly some I perceive it as micromanaging and really trying to protect your investment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of money involved in their purchase, and there's still so much work to do with turning the franchise around. With the team coming back out again as last in the NFL on the NFLPA circuit,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of work to be done,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's just not taking his hand off just yet, or maybe not even anytime soon.
One more thing, real quick. My bad.
Yeah.
Remember Mark Sanchez? Dan Snyder took him out to dinner. Would you rather have that, or would you rather your owner kind of being basically in the position of I'm protect my investment?
I mean, I understand the protecting the investment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think you should be taking him out to dinner, but he's here. He's around for sure. He's actively engaged for sure.
So Kenny, the team interviewed quarterback Jay Daniels. They also interviewed Caleb Williams as well so far this week. I believe they interviewed Drake May too. Do you get the first for Drake for Jaden Daniels? Do you get the vibe that he'll be the Commanders' number 2 pick up in the draft?
You know what? They're doing a really good job of keeping poker faces
Mm-hmm.
around here. There's no one. There's they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really going to make the decision they feel is best, but there's no shooting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not a one. Matter of fact, I'm trying to look up here, you guys,
Mm-hmm.
who everybody they interviewed
Mm-hmm.
so far.
I know Michael Penix too. They interviewed Michael Penix. I know they interviewed Michael
Yeah,
Penix.
it's 6 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb
Jason.
Willard, Caleb Willard,
JJ.
Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, and JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. So okay, the key in the poker face. So Caleb Williams was out there in the podium, talked about. You had the video, talked about him. Wanting to play home, like would be sweet to play home. What were your thoughts about what he had to say?
I thought Caleb's media availability was great. I
Uh-huh.
think that because of so much, I feel like to a degree he's being targeted right now in some of his
Yeah.
responses, but being here in person live, some of the things he's saying is being taken out of context. Um, so, the things like with his medical examination, he will do a medical examination for the teams that he's doing
Mhm.
workouts with. So the teams he's doing workouts with will have his medical records.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't think there's any concern there, but he did an excellent job in his media availability. Very smart, intellectual guy. So, and then he even popped in my colleague, Ravens producer, um, Karita Parks got footage of him popping in on one of his teammates' media availability. He
I
came
saw
out
that.
and
Yeah,
asked
I
me
saw that.
questions.
Yeah.
So he's a fun guy. And we actually just saw him, like just walking down the hallway. He was like, "Do you know where you're going?" He was like, "No, I don't." He's cool.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Ray, you have a question about
I do.
another player?
Oregon State, their offensive tackle Fuega, he's been the talk of the Senior Bowl, the Combine. Like the pass rushers opposing him was saying, this dude is probably the best lineman we faced. You know the history of tackles in DC. You already know Trent being the most prominent name, probably. Is there any way that they could trade up, not involving the quarterback position, but just trade up because they have so many picks? Could they trade up eventually to try to get an offensive tackle like him? You think?
They should. I mean, I've been saying for a long time they need to find the next Trent Williams. Period.
Mm.
And even if it's not the next Trent Williams, they don't have the next. They need a better person at the position they have
Facts.
now. But most certainly, that's too important, and they haven't had a Trent Williams since they had a Trent Williams. So
Mhm.
it's very, very important. Another name I want to throw out there is actually a hometown kid from the Bowie area, Christian Haynes from UConn. He was very favorable remarks here on site as well as coming out of the Senior Bowl. So I think either one of those, it's needed. Whatever
Yeah.
the whole line, in my opinion, other than probably Sam Cosme, the whole line desperately in need of offensive updates there from a tackle perspective. But great feedback so far.
Okay, so obviously, we talked about this team losing Chase Young and Montez Sweat in terms of pass rushers. I like the kid Jonah Ellis out of Utah. Did you get a chance to catch his combine yesterday? I like him somewhere in the third round. But did you get a chance to catch his combine?
Yeah, no, I was just asking him. I said, did Jonah go yesterday? I mean, for media availability, yes,
Yeah.
but I don't think he really did much yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, of course, the talk of it is, Chop,
Yes.
others,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
Local product.
yes, local product. But I think there's so much focus on quarterback that everybody's forgetting that very important point.
Mhm.
There is no Montez Sweat and there is no Chase Young. This team
Mhm.
needs edge rushers. They
Yeah.
absolutely need edges. And so that's another between edges, offensive lineman, linebacker. Those
Mhm.
four are still very, very key and important. But edge rusher is that sleeper pick that people keep
Mhm.
forgetting about.
So other than we mentioned multiple players, but for you, which player impressed you at the combine the most? I know you mentioned Chop, but who else impressed you the most?
It was Chop.
It was Chop. Okay.
Because I actually, because there's been so much hype about him and I know he's from home, I was like, I'm gonna pay attention to other people.
Mhm.
But he made a statement. He definitely put himself probably like in the top 10 yesterday.
Mhm.
He did very well, very,
Mhm.
very well all the way around. So um, he won the day yesterday for me,
Okay.
for sure. And today is DBs and tight ends. And DB's always fun to watch. This is a good group of DBs, so we'll see what happens.
You excited?
Quarterback. I'm really excited about the DBs today. I like DB. I like the position group. Always they're always fun, but we'll have to see what happens because I don't know if everybody's sold on the DBs we got last year. So
True. And quarterbacks are tomorrow, right?
quarterbacks, running backs, and wideouts.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you answering questions for me.
Yeah, she is already. She's already. Go
If
Ray.
you in the chat or you watching live, please put your questions in there. We got Candi right there on site.
We only got her. She about to roll out
Yeah,
soon.
you got me about 2 more minutes.
She about to roll out soon though. You better get your questions.
Put something in there, whoever's in there. But you answer all the questions. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel the buzz yet, Candi. I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, well, and I'm gonna be honest. There isn't any. I mean, I'm being real. I mean, I think it's a very important draft, but I don't get this. Hey, it could just be poker face. It could just be the game, where people aren't going to show their hand. They may just not be showing their hand right now. And Kamari Lassiter did well. I see that question. Kamari Lassiter did well. A lot of these guys are really good.
Okay.
This is a really good group. But this team is not showing their hand, even when we talk free agency. Let's be for real. There's a lot of agents here. This week isn't just about the draft. This is also about free agency as well. Quiet as kept. People are meeting with agents. They're trying to figure out deals. They're trying to figure things out. And it's really hard to tell the direction this team is going to go into, especially since they're really just hitting the ground running. They've really only been together for like 2 weeks.
I get you. So can we let you go? Before I let you go real quick, I just want you a bold prediction, your gut feeling, who they drafted number 2.
Here's what I'm gonna say. People probably gonna kill me. I'm not. I think they're gonna use the number 2 pick, but I wouldn't rule out them trading that pick.
Okay.
And packaging it with something.
Okay. So there you go. Okay. All right.
That's what I can't get that out of my head for some reason. But I think it'll be Jaden. If it's not, I think
everybody thinks.
All right.
That's everybody thinks, bro.
All right, hey, Dude, we see you. We're going to get to that because she already kind of addressed it. So we'll explain to you what she said. Thanks, though, Candi.
He gotta watch the beginning.
Yeah, he do. He got to watch the beginning. All right, thanks again. Hey, thanks, Candi. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, and that was Candi Waller. She is the Bowie TV Sports president and also Commander's reporter. She's also founder of Steve Ball Sports and Entertainment. So, Judy had a question about. I understand, but could you explain to the fans why Josh Harris was sitting in on the meetings?
I can break down what she said. Or you want to break it down?
Go break down, bro.
She said that he's looking to protect his investment. She said he put a lot of money into this franchise, and he wants to monitor all and oversee every step of this process of this rebuild, including who's going to be this draft pick, man. This is one of the most important drafts in franchise history, if not the most important, because of the state of the franchise, because he's trying to move in a different direction. Yeah. And the fact that he's being compared to Snyder is not a good thing. And he's trying to establish a brand new culture that is separate. That's pretty much what Candi was saying. Is he's not even talking. He's just there. So it's basically overseeing.
Steven said, I don't think, I'm going to read this comment. I don't think Washington should move up to number 1 for Caleb. I think we go Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2. Good at line.
Bro, you right there with us.
Draft. You with us, man. We had this whole discussion on Wednesday.
I tried to with us, but I think I showed my hand, bro.
You did though. You showed your hand. You was with me. We was on team on the other podcast.
On both of them though.
On both of them, for real.
I said that, brother. We in agreement with you.
Yeah, I honestly don't mind him being there. He's the owner. He's the owner. He can do whatever he wants. That's true. He's the owner. But I do have.
I totally agree with the owner is free to do whatever the heck he wants. Yeah. I think it's just the history of how the owner and how the ownership went, I guess, with under Snyder. That's why I got people freaking out, bro. Really, it should be a non-story, but in Washington, it is a big deal.
Thank you, Dujane, man. Appreciate you, man. DJ, I appreciate you, dog. You know what I'm saying, folks be
Marvin
stingy.
Harrison Jr., man, is a big name out there.
I don't. Roy said I don't. Rory said I don't know why people are talking about this. Harris said he'd be involved in everything from the get go. All right, true. My thing is, as long as he lets Adam Peters do his job, I think that's what matters. That's it, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an issue to it in terms until it starts. If he's only until he starts to really fraternize with the players like Snyder did. Other than that, I'm cool with it. I don't really think there's no need for him to be in meetings because like I don't care about character dudes. I care about ballers. So I don't really care about what you think about one's character. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm done with character. I want ballers. So if you ain't a baller, I ain't for you. That's how it is. Like, and he can't dissect the baller. He ain't an NFL person to do that. I'm not in for character. I'm in for dudes who produce. That's just me though.
See exactly what Steven's saying now. 9 picks this draft. If you don't take anyone at 2, we can drop back in the draft and gather more draft capital.
Yeah, and
there's some possibilities, bro. We agree with that too.
And Steven, I'm like this, Steven, for real. Like you got the opportunity to draft arguably the best player in the draft at number 2. Like, how do you pass that up for real? And the best player isn't a quarterback for real. That's what I'm saying.
Folks saying that Adunze from Washington is just as good as Marvin Harrison Jr. right now.
Nobody's saying that for real. Just a couple people.
That what they try? You know the Mel Kiper.
I know they're trying to. He's not.
It's crazy.
He's not, because that dude ain't like this. Like I said on the last show, the other dude, like Marvin, has dominated your best corners in college. That's what I'm saying. Marvin has dominated your best corners in college. You know what I'm saying? What people fail to realize. What happened?
He said character issues are important. Did you not see Ryan Lee, etc.? Yeah.
Ryan
Leaf.
Like Ryan Leaf? He ain't good. He wasn't good. I don't care about his character. He wasn't good. That's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't good. Do you think, like, truth be told, Tom Brady be screaming at refs? Do you think he's a great person?
I think he referred to more of like a T.O. Like, even though
T.O.'s character ain't the best.
Do you want to deal with that?
He's a baller. I'll deal with it. When he saw me did in the Super Bowl. Did you watch Super Bowl, right? He played a broken leg. I'm cool with that. Like, I feel you, bro. Like, everybody different. I'm just not a character. Look, Dexter Manley was a baller. Was he had the greatest character in the world? Characters are just whatever.
I don't know the history.
As long as you ain't getting arrested, I'm cool, bro. As long as you ain't getting arrested, I'm cool. What are the chances that Washington trades draft picks for a free agent?
Who would it be? I mean, if you're talking like Kirk Cousins, like a couple later round picks, I think that's foreseeable. But
yeah, if you get like
you're not gonna trade your top picks.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I actually didn't read. Did I read? Did you do the next question? I don't think I did. What people fail to realize is that when you are a team like Washington, nothing is off the table. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best available at number 2. I agree. He's the best.
See, we talk about need versus best available.
I feel like you're a bad team. So how can you say no to the best player? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like you stacked. You ain't stacked. Like you're the number 2 pick for like overall for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take the best player. Like Caleb, arguably the reason why the Bears is like the Bears situation. Like, Caleb is arguably the best player in the draft because he's been kind of touted that way throughout his college career, even going into the season. Like, but you can make the argument that Marvin is better too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make the argument so if Chicago wanted to take Marvin, I wouldn't even be mad at that either, because I think that Marvin is arguably the best player in the draft. But no one wants to take a wide receiver number 1, so I get it. Like, I understand, but still, like, yeah, Steve, like, we're definitely bro. We're not stacked. That's why we're not a stacked team. That's what I'm saying. Like, and Lake said this too. And Lake said this too. When, like, some of the Lake said, like, only Washington values like their talent more than anybody. Like, Washington fans value their talent because other folks don't see Washington talent the same way that we do.
And for those of you who are listening, and Wole, I don't know what type of coverage you've been paying attention to. Yeah. But Drake May is dubbed to be like Aaron Rodgers in his draft. He's expected.
Yeah, and Justin Herbert too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's expected to be that guy that is in the green room and they keep on bringing the camera to him. Like,
when about like you may think he makes slide type of thing. That's
what I'm hearing. So Washington, you want to be careful. I haven't heard any mention today of Drake May. It's been all Jaden Daniels. basically,
I haven't heard nothing about him
Quinn is looking
sliding.
for, he fits it.
I heard nothing about him slide. I heard that if he don't go, I heard that wherever, if he ain't going 2, he going 3 to New England. That's what I heard. I heard New England ain't passing up with no quarterback. So whoever go to New England, he is not passing. They're not passing up with no quarterback because they're in desperate need of a quarterback.
Whoa, look at that!
What happened?
You see that comment, Roy?
What
Bro, we are all hype about this roster at this point. At this point last year, at this point last year, a solid O-line changes everything. Well, it's some key guys gone from, and there's some guys that's not coming back. But go ahead, I'll let you address that one.
No, I'm saying again, like it's a good comment. We were boosted by this roster last year. That's what I'm saying. Like we were as Commander fans. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we hype our own a lot. And I think I thought we were super talented. But at the end of the day, how it plays out, you are who you are. Like you are who your record indicates you are. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
Hey Roy, how much patience do you have is what I want to know, and the rest of Commanders fans, because
I can see them moving up.
Our insiders are saying that this is going to be a nice rebuild process over the next 3 years. And hopefully you start to compete for a deep playoff run right around the time that new stadium is supposed to come about.
I just want to compete. I ain't gonna lie to you, Steven. I just want to compete, bro. I just want to compete. It's been a long time since our line has been good. Yeah, since Trent. Since Trent left, our line was good when Trent was in the building.
All right, fam. We were asked the question the other day. This team had 4 wins last season. If that is double to 8 wins, are you happy with that?
You got to
progress.
You got to.
Okay, 2 to 3 years. All right. Well, we got some good folks on here today who are
2 to 3. Yeah, exactly.
2
to 3 years.
This is what we're hearing. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a nice real process.
It's a rebuild. That's what I'm like. That's why I think Steven vibes is because he gets it where we coming from. Like other people want the quick thing. This could be a quick turnaround. Steven gets it. You get the best player. You can get Marvin, the best player in this draft. Then in draft 2, you can kind of fill in the need from there. So I'm with Steven. Like that's my thought process. Like get the best player in this draft. You don't know what next year's draft going to be like. You know, like folks always act like the quarterback situation next year's draft ain't the same. Nobody knew who Jaden Daniels was in last year. Nobody was talking about Jaden Daniels last year. He just came up this year. So like somebody always comes up. Only 2 quarterbacks that were talked about prior was Caleb Williams and Drake May. People were talking about Drake May and Caleb Williams off the rip. They weren't talking about Drake Daniels being a first-round pick. He just happened to show out.
Jaden Daniels. Rory, your sentiment is definitely, I think, part of a lot of people's feelings. He said, I have low expectations until they do something. Yeah. Because a lot of people feel that way. Even if the Commanders are, let's say, carrying a lead into the 4th quarter, most fans are like, you know what? This is the Commanders. We're not celebrating until this game is in hand, until it's 000 on the clock. So I think you're spot on with that. But fam, I think you prepare for the rebuild. I hope that this owner who is sitting in, I know some say it's not a big deal. Our colleague John Kahn was like, look, guys, get rid of the Snyder PTSD. However, I hope he's patient with Quinn over the next 2 to 3 years because Dan Quinn, although the process was weird and how they hired him because it seemed like he was the last option, although Vrabel was out there still, Pete Carroll was a potential option, and of course, Belichick, I believe that if you give him time and with the players loving him the way they should and the way they will and the way the defense should be far improved, give him time. That's my hope, and I hope Josh Harris will do that.
Antoine, I agree with this. I agree with this comment. So I'm not like I agree with you actually. Wash has never had a franchise quarter. If you believe one is there at 2, you have to take him. I agree with that. If this is what I'll say. I trust Adam Peters. If he believes that these 2 dudes, the 2 dudes that will be available are them, then you take them. Antoine, I totally agree with you. I just don't think that they're going to be – there's a chance that they're not them. You know what I'm saying? Like franchise, we're talking about elite – franchise quarterback and elite quarterbacks are totally – like a good quarterback and an elite quarterback are 2 different things. Like I wouldn't take – for instance, I wouldn't take Kirk Cousins over Marvin Harrison Jr. Do you consider him a franchise quarterback? Like I don't know – like because because at the end of the day, our goal is to win the Super Bowl. Like that's your goal is to win the Super Bowl. Do you feel like this quarterback can lead you to the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? So – like Brock Purdy helped lead this team to Super Bowl. But I'm with you. If you take Marvin, you do trade back. I do agree with that because I think that with the way the NFL is built up, you can trade back, get Marvin, and get picks at the same time. It's a win-win situation. So
I got to get ready to wrap this up myself. I appreciate all the comments. But here's the thing, though. some good football minds thought he shooting with that guy years ago. So you don't always get it right. That's why it has to be right.
It has to be right. That's what I'm saying.
Jr. is such a short thing. I don't know if any of these quarterbacks are. That's the concern.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, hey, look, San Fran, his situation, San Fran, people thought Trey Lance was going to be good, and it didn't work out. They traded up to get Trey Lance, and I'm not, I actually am not down on Trey Lance, but I'm just saying like that didn't work out.
All right, we got some DQ confidence in here. At first, I wasn't too happy about the Dan Quinn hire, but I must say that he is putting good coaches and putting them in place for success. I agree with that. DQ, he's gonna get the best out your players, man. Yeah. It's about wins and losses, though. I know.
We about to roll out too. So even and I'm gonna read this one for Steven before we end the show. Even if we draft a QB, what O-line do we have to protect them? That's another thing too. I agree with that too.
Thanks for pulling up in the midday. We appreciate you guys, man. We gotta do this more often, man. You know, we got a new comment before we got somebody different. Right. Hold on. Oh, I know. Hey. I know. Dandy, what's going on, Dandy? To me, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a short draft pick, and he is a cornerstone for the team, a true game changer. These three quarterbacks are hit or miss, in my opinion. To me, in my opinion. I think Marvin's the sure thing. I'm not that. I do agree. I think Marvin is the sure thing. If you want a sure thing, Marvin's your guy. If you're hoping, you do not want to regret that. If he started putting up the Justin Jefferson rookie,
I'm telling you, like people gonna look and they're gonna say because it was easy. That was the problem. It was easy. Anyway,
he is there for taking. Hey, good stuff, boy. Like my bad.
Hey, good stuff, man. Also, folks, make sure if you're watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also follow us on X at Urban Sports Scene, IG at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our Urban Sports and YouTube channel as well. Appreciate you all for tuning in, man. Appreciate the compliments, man. Yeah, thanks, Steven, for the compliment, man. Definitely, absolutely.
Check us out next week too.
Yeah, check us out. Yeah, and check us out next week.
We on our schedule.
I don't know.
We'll be around though.
We'll be around though. Don't get twisted.
Check out all Burgundy and Gold everything as well. Go to the same platforms. Check us out there as well.
Yeah, definitely check us out. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all. You've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for Ages. You dig? Deuces. We out.
Peace.